So, I'm pretty late to this topic, but the Eagles and the Buccaneers are playing this Sunday at 1 o'clock. I'm going to be missing the whole game, but that doesn't take away from the fact that I need to talk about it, make my prediction, and talk to you guys specifically about it. And it's going to be an interesting game. This is the same team that beat the Eagles in the wild card round last year, knocking us out, ending what was quite the season last year. This is also the same team that in week 3 of last year, the Eagles beat 25-11. I remember this game very well. Jalen Hurts threw a touchdown pass to Zacchaeus, really great pass, and also was dealing with the flu. And it was a 25-11 victory, and I had no problems with it. These two teams met again in January, and it was very, very different. The Buccaneers were red hot, and the Eagles were ice cold. And now the Eagles are limping into this game right before their bye week with a lot of players hurt. Darius Slay, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Lane Johnson, just to name a few. And with that said, I know A.J. Brown and Lane Johnson were practicing this week, which is really great news. It doesn't take away the fact that Devontae will be missed if he doesn't play and the other two do. But even if that's the case, we have a secret weapon, and he's not very secret anymore. That's Saquon Barkley. And looking ahead, especially taking in the previous week of football, the Eagles and their defense stepping it up, and the Denver Broncos having their way against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on offense and on defense, I can't help but think that the Eagles are going to win this football game. And it's a very different song that I am singing compared to last week where I said that they would lose, and then they proved me very wrong by dominating the Saints on both offense and defense, despite what the score says. Anywho, there are three main things that the Eagles need to do in order to win this football game, and that is number one, stop the run against Tampa Bay, obviously. Number two, take the points. Do not shoot yourself in the foot with turnovers, or especially not taking field goals when you know you can get the points on the board. And number three, just pound that rock, bro. Especially if you don't have, worst case, you don't have AJ or Devontae Smith. Run the football, man. Run the football. You have Saquon, you have Kenny Gainwell, you have Jalen Hurts, Will Shipley, and you got guys that you could be creative with in the pass game. And Dallas Goedert is going to have to step up once more. But, of course, that's worst case scenario. If AJ is in, you got a little bit more breathing room, but you cannot abandon the run. You have to run the football, establish dominance that way first, and then open up the rest of the offense through the threats of the run. And you have Jalen Hurts and his legs, as healthy as they've been in a very long time, to help with that threat. The defense needs to really get pressure on Baker Mayfield. I feel like that's a given. I think this team, especially a couple players, and I mentioned it in my last video about Hassan Reddick, guys like Bryce Huff really need to prove it. I know it's only week 4, but you're not getting consistent pressure on the opposing offense. You are not seeing Bryce Huff at all in the stat list of doing anything whatsoever. No pressures, quarterback hits, sacks, tackles, you name it, nothing. If the Eagles really feel like they can win this game and move forward as a contender, they got to pressure the quarterback. And it can't just be Jalen Carter and Brandon Graham. It has to be everybody. Josh Sweat, Bryce Huff, the linebacker, Zach Bond's got to get back out there. A lot of guys got to get out there and do their job. Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, a lot of guys, everybody. Apply pressure, stop the run, and take the points when you're given them. Take the points when you can get them. Do not leave any points on the board. Go for fourth downs when you know in a situation it's best to. Not because you have confidence in your team. That's great. You have to feel the game. You have to be able to understand the situation where your team is at. If you are down 10-6 and the Eagles get 4th and 7 with 13 seconds left in the first half, you're kicking that freaking field goal. You are not going for it on 4th and 7 and just saying, we get the ball to start the second half. Take the points, get the ball back. It's a 10-point swing. I'll take that over nothing. So, Nick Sirianni, the whole entire defensive front, players that got to step up on offense depending on who's in and who's out, like Hurts, Goddard, Saquon, all of them. They got to do their job. And if they do their job, they win this game. And I'm giving the Eagles a 30-26 victory in a pretty heavily contested matchup. I think that the Buccaneers are going to open the field up a little bit with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and do what they do. I do think Baker is going to have a few turnovers and a few hiccups, and I'm hoping that the pass rush plays a part in that. And I'm also in firm belief that Jalen Hurts will not turn the ball over. I will eat my words if he does, but I really believe that he cleans his act up. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you guys later on Sunday night because I get out of work 2 hours after the game ends. It's going to be very, very depressing. I will keep up to date with it and make a video as soon as I can. Fly, Eagles, fly, go Phillies, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.